Classic films, classic horror, black and white. Only thing I got is Island of Terror. And that seems to be it. Nothing on Blu-ray either. Nothing on Blu-ray either. Because this time we're looking at a film from the 1950s. In this case, the film King Dinosaur.
With the aid of unusually favorable atmospheric conditions, Professor Albert Garnett is able, with the world's largest telescope, to photograph an extremely clear view of the new planet. It is now certain that plant life of some kind definitely exists there.
What happened? One new planet moves into the solar system, and 4 scientists are sent to explore planet Nova. In between romantic interludes, the cast face an iguana masquerading as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't have any ways to prove this. I don't. But I feel like, in the fact, like, say, yes, the film has some great beginnings, like, say, hey, some scientists are going onto a planet and all that to try to, like, say, hey, there's a new solar system. Well, looky there, and all that. And once they get there, it's like, say, the film turns into a bit of a nature film.
They do substantiate, however, that human and animal life, as we know it on Earth, can exist in the atmosphere and environment of planet Nova.
Like, sort of like, say, hey, like one thing that, like, you know, having a narrative, but then ever so often, like, say, there are, like, characters are, like, say, oh, no, we're about to be attacked by a snake, or no, we're about to be attacked by something else, and all that. Like, you know, those very much, like, say, creature feature films from the 1950s where, like, women would go, like, say, ah! Kind of vibes. If you ever went to Disney and you went to the, I think it was the Midnight Cafe.
It's like dinner and a movie all in one. While eating, guests are entertained by the large projection movie screen, which displays clips of B-movies, sci-fi films, and monster flicks from the 1950s and 1960s.
Which was like a drive-in restaurant. Like you'd have your food, and then and then they would show previews from movies from the 1950s and all that, or in the 60s. I'm just saying, at times, like, the fact that, like, say, it seems like a lot of the, like, you know, when the animals or creatures, like, there's a giant insect that attacks and all that. Or, heck, like, see, when we finally see the iguana, or quote-unquote T-Rex. At the end, because yes. We don't see this quote-unquote titled monster until the very end of the film. And yes, I'm going to say honest, especially, like, say, perhaps back in the 1950s, this would have been something that would be, like, say, oh, scary. Compared to, like, say, what we do now, like, say, if someone, like, we took a film from now back to the 1950s, oh, people would not be going to theaters anymore. Like, even if, like, say, you would take back one of the bad ones.
Or else, don't be surprised if you're feeling trapped or boxed in. Just remember, when one door closes, another one opens.
People would still be going, like, say, and, like, there's even a sequence in which, like, say, I feel like the film, like the film Jurassic Park 3, I feel like it was inspired by this because the T-Rex dinosaur fights a alligator, and the iguana it wins. Yeah, I guess I remember that in my nature documentaries and in school. Like, apparently, yeah, like, say, iguanas, when they're the size of Godzilla, but at the same time, they're on their little they're on their legs, like, and all that, then suddenly it's like, say, oh no, I don't care how bad you are, you could be the biggest Spinosaur of them all, and that thing almost hit me in the face. That, like, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Honestly, for the entire time when I was watching this film, I kept on thinking, like, say, can I watch the version that's, like, the Mystery Science 3000 guys did? Because I honestly say, like, yeah, this is one of those films from the 50s where, like, say, yes, the creatures and, like, the final act of the film.
We've lost.
Is what you're looking forward to, because ever so often it's just like, say, I'm bored. Yeah, like, say, unless, like, you're watching this with a couple of friends, maybe you'll be able to have a amount of time to really say, hey, I like that kind of deal. But I could totally be wrong about this. I have been, I mean, I have been saying before that I like, say, some films from 1950s. See you next time.